All right. So, upon viewer request, I have decided to relaunch a new stream. And it took me a few minutes to do it because I was trying to clean up some, like, clean up my phone to where I delete the YouTube app and reinstall it so that it frees up room on my phone, and then my phone tends to run a little bit better. But anyways, so the last thing that I remember talking about was the stuff that I do for fun. And honestly, I'm just a very overly simplistic person. It doesn't really take much to entertain me. So when I get asked what are my hobbies, I tend to have a hard time with that question because I never know what to say. I never know what exactly I do for fun because it's like my days consist of so much mundane stuff that I can make it seem fun for me. So but anyways, I know that might sound kind of weird, but I don't like to just commit to one thing and be like, oh yeah, this is absolutely my way to have fun. Because there's more to me than that. See what I mean? And sometimes I can find something as mundane as washing my car as something that's fun. I don't get to do it incredibly often. And when I do get around to it, it's like I like working with water. So if I combine something that I like, which is my car, and then include water, which is something that I like as well, and put those things together, it's like, sure, this can be a fun activity. Although some people would probably associate it with a chore that's just not fun in any way. Um, and then I remember, I think it was Ninja. He was asking about music. What kind of music do I like to listen to? And once again, that is another difficult question for me because the way that I deal with music is if I hear something that I like it. I own it. I dig it. It's not like I have to go with a specific artist to enjoy it. So primarily, I find myself gravitating toward the genres of rock. But honestly, these days, broadness. Like, there's not a single genre of music that can claim me. And I feel like everybody out there who can make music has the potential of making something that I will like. So if I discover that track, then good for me. I found something that I like and I'll listen to it. But for me to have a conversation about music, it tends to get difficult because I know so many songs by so many artists, but I cannot claim to love those artists because it's not like I listen to everything that they put out. So, yeah, just bear that in mind anytime we have the music question. And hey, Garuda. And let's see, what else do I remember from the previous comments? Yeah, that was pretty much it. I think you were asking me about music, what music do I listen to, and what I do for fun. And basically, there's really not much to me beyond that. I'm a very simple, easy person. So let's see, what else can I say on that department? I don't know. It's so difficult for me. But if I were to name some artists that I actually listened to when I was a teen and well into my adulthood, because I still listen to them on occasion, I liked Evanescence. Those are like some of my favorite bands. Or well, they are part of my favorite bands. I, of course, who never listened to Linkin Park? I guess there are people out there who never listened to Linkin Park, but it is practically impossible to not have heard at least one song coming on the radio. You don't need to love them nor hate them, but I found myself pretty pleased when I was officially introduced to them when I was in high school. I enjoy the Wu Tang Clan as well, although I don't know their lyrics very well because when it comes to rap songs, it is so difficult for me to retain them because it's such a fast paced kind of music. So, Eminem, some stuff by him stuck because I was bombarded with it a lot. Like in school, everyone listened to Eminem, and he has like his style of lyrics, so it's very easy for you to remember that. Um, but I also enjoy, of course, Justin Timberlake because who doesn't? like at least one song by him. You don't have to love him, you don't have to hate him, but you gotta admit that he can put out some good tunes every now and then. I feel like his earlier stuff was better, like the Justified album and the Love Sounds album was significantly better than the stuff that he's been putting out ever since 2013 till presently. But honestly, I guess I grew out of him or moved on from him because, from what I understand, he has evolved his music to cater more toward adults, as in, like, his ratings tend to be like explicit now or something. So I don't know. I just did not really love the Man in the Woods. Is it that what it's called album? Maybe one track, but it's not that memorable for me. And from the 2020 experience, I sort of remember Mirrors and the Strawberry one. But outside of that, nothing really stuck to me. Oh, and the Suit and Tie song, because that was like his big comeback back in, what was it, 2013, 2012? But yeah, it's crazy. Back in his NSYNC days, of course, I liked him being in the band, and NSYNC has some good stuff. But now that I'm older, I listen to that stuff and I kind of cringe. But some songs have kind of aged well in my mind. But when it comes to them as a band, it's like I find myself pressing skip if they come up on a playlist because I did convert all of my CDs into digital format. So I tend to play my entire library and listen to that. But yeah, it's I like them, but it's not like I'm crazy fanatics about them still. I am a dude, so I don't like any of Justin Timberlake's songs. You know, interesting that you mentioned that because I remember asking my cousin, who was an aspiring musician like a decade ago. I'm sure he's still into it, but I asked him, is it bad for a girl to sing songs that are composed and performed by a man? And he was like, no. And I'm like, well, it's just that I am professing my love to a woman in this track. And I cannot help but feel weirded out and even disgusted. I don't expect you to understand because you're a guy and you like that. But for me personally, if I can avoid performing a song that is being directed at a woman, I will do it. Absolutely do it. but when it comes to lyrics and stuff, my ear for music focuses on the instrumental arrangements more than anything. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm singing. I don't know what the song is saying, but I like the beat. I like I like how the vocals sound. I don't need to understand what the lyrics are, but I also like what the piano is doing. I like what the harp is doing. I like what the drums are doing. I like what the guitar is doing. So if you have a beat very well put together and I dig it, then okay. You know, it's difficult to put into words when you're not very music savvy when it comes to the theory of music, but if I hear a song and I like it, I just, you know, I just do it. I just do it. Dig it. I sing girl songs, just not around my male friends. I can't imagine. I can't blame you. My brother tends to have a pretty broad spectrum himself. It's like I listen to the music that he listens to. Sometimes I'm like, what are you, 10? Like these songs came out when we were kids and you're still listening to them. But anyways, I guess like I said in the past, nostalgia can make money, but for me, I like to discover new things, and I feel like the more music that I find, the more excited that I get that there's stuff out there that I have yet to listen to that I absolutely love. But at some point, it's like, what is the perfect song for me? I still feel like I am on the search for that. The perfect song for me will be the song that I absolutely must listen to every day without skipping. And there have been times in which I have gone entire weeks without listening to much of my music, except when I drive. But yeah, music is difficult for me to really explain. I even like some songs by my wife Justin Biaba, like Maxim Batty says. And then another, what is another guilty pleasure? I guess. Oh yeah, last year I discovered that there are some old ass Selena Gomez songs that I can actually mess with, and I'm like, this absolutely sounds like what it is, which is she was a teen and she was putting out this music that I am only now discovering, exploring, and mildly enjoying. But it's like I'm an adult, I'm grown now. Why am I listening to this? But I'm like, well, the girl is about, she's about my age range from what I remember. So yeah, like why not? Music exists for you to enjoy it, and there are music from like our childhoods that I'm sure that we still listen to. So music doesn't really, what can I say? It doesn't have an expiration date. It's not like, oh wow, it ages and it gets bad. Like no, it is a very, is the word I'm looking for arbitrary? Yeah, I think it's a very arbitrary thing. Like it depends on the person. My friends. I like good glam, hair metal, hard rock, though I was only born in 91. Um, Heavy metal. I know a few songs, but I don't have a whole lot of heavy metal on my um, playlist. I have some stuff by Disturbed. I have some stuff by. Do I have any stuff by Metallica? I want to say I do. I can't remember. I would have to check. And what else is heavy metal, heavy rock? I guess I can mention that I like some stuff by Iron Maiden. Um, I like The Trooper. I like El Dorado. I like, what else do they have? Oh, the Foo Fighters are cool. I listen to some of their stuff. The more newer songs by them that I heard, that I listened to, that I enjoyed was Outside. From I think the name of that album is Sonic Highways or something. But yeah, it's a pretty good song, pretty good beat to it. I heard it when I was at the gym, and I was like, "Oh, I like this song. Oh, those are the Foo Fighters. Oh, holy crap!" Corn, they have some good stuff as well. I particularly enjoyed that thing they did with Skrillex back in like 2011, where he had this song called Narcissistic Cannibal, or well, Korn did, and then they mixed it up with like Skrillex touch to it. I enjoyed it. And of course, Thoughtless, which Evanescence did a cover of, was good. And the original Thoughtless is also good. But yeah, you guys, it's I'm not the best person to have a dialogue about music when it comes to that because I like a little bit of everybody, and there are artists who I don't even know how to say their names, but I enjoy it. Like there's this one song that's in Portuguese that I like a lot. It's like I know that it means something like the world is now, because I had a Brazilian friend who told me what it meant. And anyways, it's by some lady called Ligia, Miamunda Muji, something like that. I don't know. But that's a pretty good song. And there was one German song that I liked that I believe meant mother, and it was Mutter, Mutter, but I don't remember who sings it. Um, I remember that I came across that song because someone some 10 years ago put together a YouTube video of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 4, and it was about Olga Gerlikovich. So, yeah, that's how that. song came into my life, but I haven't heard it in a long time. And then I know so many folks on YouTube who make music and they put stuff up as well. Like there's this guy called Bionic Pig. I like a lot of his music, and let's face it, even the music library has some artists who I've never heard of who put stuff together. I guess they make music for YouTube, so they're YouTube bands, or I don't know how that works, but there's one called Silent Partner. They have good stuff. There's one called Hama Hama or Huma Huma. I want to say Hama Hama. They have good stuff. So yeah, it's like if I see something in a video that I like, I'm like, oh, what the hell is that song? I must have it. And then there's this other guy who I think he's Japanese. He makes some good stuff too. And then of course, let's talk about soundtracks. Harry Gregson Williams. What is a song by Harry Gregson Williams that we just do not like? So his entire Metal Gear Solid arrangements have been great. Like I have every single city. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, it didn't have the best soundtrack, but it wasn't horrible. There's a few tracks that I was able to take out of there, but nothing like Metal Gear Solid 2. To me, that has the best soundtrack. Um, I can appreciate anything produced until the first half of the 90s, especially rock and roll. Yes, you're back. Here to Stay is the best corn piece for sure. Here to Stay, what does that sound like? I'll have to review it. You know what I should do now that I didn't think about this before, but I should have my computer out and read the comments from there like I used to, and that way I don't have to send my phone into like a epileptic mode by me scrolling through the comments. The less tasks I put on my phone, the better the stream holds up. Anyways, I'll do better next time. Um, and let's see, what other music do I mess with? I mean, there's just so much. It's like there's folks who play music in languages that I don't even understand. Like there's this African playlist on YouTube that I listen to, and I don't know their names, I don't know the artists, I don't know the country, but I dig it. When it comes to like hip hop or rap and stuff, I don't listen to much of that. Like there's this guy, what's his name? I recently discovered a song by him that I enjoyed. Um, Shoot, what was it? Anyways, I think he's a British rapper, and shoot, I don't remember. I don't remember anything about it. If I remember, I'll make sure to tell you guys. But I know he sings. What the hell did he sing? It's been so many months now. But anyways, he's basically a British brother. I remember that much. And he has collabed with some other American folks who are into that. And I'm like, this is not even my type of music, but this particular song, as repetitive and just tacky as it is, I liked it somehow. What the hell is his name, Zam? Why are you so bad at this? I don't remember the name of the song, and I don't remember the name of the rapper. But anyways, and I like to listen to music that are in movies too. Like the Star Wars score, of course, that's pretty good. Um, let's see, what else? Can my room give me any hints of what I listen to? Nah. Yeah, there's not really much in that department. On an individualistic level, it's like, no, I don't just love anybody like that. Pokemon tends to have good music. You know, like the Game Boy Color games had good music. The games from Coliseum, Gale of Darkness for the GameCube, they had good songs too. So yeah, basically, if you arrange sounds in a pleasant way for me personally, then I dig it. Ever heard the Asteroid Galaxy Tour band music? No, I have never heard of it. Am I missing out on something really good? Because if I am, then I would love to check it out. Just make sure that you drop me a comment on maybe another video because stream comments do not show up until the stream finished processing. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't tend to go back to them after I'm done streaming. Um, and let's see, what else? What else is out there? Mm. Oh, I think the name of that British rapper or whatever, I think it's Gibbs. Gibbs. And the song that I'm talking about is I don't know. I know that it's at the end of my playlist, so it must start with like a W. Yeah. Anyways. Anyways. Let's see. Where am I? Oh yeah, the song that one German song throughout the song all you hear is like mother. So I'm like, "Oh, are you saying mutter? What are you muttering?" But of course, the song is clearly German because it's not in English for sure, but I just remember that much. And then I looked it up, and someone in the comments also happened to say that it means mother in German. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Olga Gerlukovic in the video, and then the video's about her, you know. So, anyways, one of my favorite musical artists is Enya. I cannot say I have heard of them, or her, or him. um, but let's see. My boy, the Mr. Man, who usually has the Spider Man Abby, he introduced me to Epica officially last year. And I messed with some of their songs, but I did not really stick around. Like maybe five songs that I could probably, uh, what is it, like recognize, but I did not learn any lyrics. So none of it stuck to me. One of my favorite music, freaking Anya is a witch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Full Metal Jacket has one heck of official soundtrack. OST. Yeah, no. See, I have been so out of touch with music, so out of touch with movies and TV shows. If a movie is not Marvel or like DC, I probably have not seen it. I still have not seen the Iron Man movies, and you guys know that I've been mentioning that for the past 2 years now. If you've been around for that long, it's like, oh no, I haven't seen Iron Man. Oh yeah, I have not even seen Transformers yet. And what else have I not seen? I have not seen. What else is popular? Oh, Netflix. Anything that's on Netflix, guaranteed I have not seen it. The only thing I saw was a little bit of Daredevil and maybe one episode of The Punisher. But after that, it's like I don't know what's happening. And what was that other guy? Um, it's not Blade, of course, but it's the guy that looks like Blade, but it's not Blade. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Anyways, him. Um, let's see. What? How? When it comes to witches, the only witches that I know are the witches from Zelda Ocarina of Time, and I don't remember their names. I need to play those games. Like my childhood is slowly but surely fading from my memory. Um, I remember that the owl has like a really funny name, like Kibora. I don't fucking know. I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to say it. And it doesn't help that there's very little audible dialogue in that thing except for freaking Navi saying her shit. So like none of that stuck to me really, unless I played it regularly. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on the music department. I need a lifesaver because I just cannot think of any. What can I say? Moved to is usually instrumentals. So it's not like I can hear a song and be like, heck yeah, I know this voice when there isn't a voice. So it makes it a little more challenging for me. But I guess once I have a song that I've purchased, it's like I'm done. I have it, I own it, so when it comes on, I'll jam to it, but I don't care about knowing the history of it or anything more by the artist. Unless a song has really impressed me, I do not really study the discography of them anymore. Captain Mary Sue. Nope. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's music. I don't know if it's a movie. I don't know if it's a TV show. I know nothing about it. I recognize the name, but I don't know anything about it. I'm serious. Like I am so disconnected from like entertainment. I'm telling you, it's like I live under a rock, and I don't feel bad about that. it just it just means that we have fewer things to talk about, I guess. Now, you can always try to bring something political up, and I may know a thing or two, but outside of that, it's like no, no, no. Captain Marvel, yes, that I do know about, but which Captain Marvel are you talking about? The Marvel Captain Marvel or the original Captain Marvel from DC known as Shazam? Because apparently, from what people who read the comics tell me, if I was listening to them correctly, the original Shazam is Captain Marvel or something. And then, of course, Marvel ended up with the name Captain Marvel because reasons. Let's see. What about it? And Captain Marvel, when it comes to that movie that has recently come out, I enjoyed Wonder Woman better. That's all I gotta say. Chick who wished she could beat Thanos. You know, at the end of Infinity War, I did not know what that Nick Fury thing was about. And it's like, okay, he's calling her. I had to have that explained to me, but I cannot associate Captain Marvel with the individual who's supposed to save the day. And it's not even a feminist issue. It's not even a sexist issue. It's not none of that. It's just that I have grown up with other superheroes so much, and now all of a sudden I see Thanos as the biggest threat, which I didn't even imagine. And now a completely new hero that I had never heard of is suddenly supposed to be the one that settles everything. It, I guess because, but I feel like my favorite heroes are being neglected. Like the Avengers, I wouldn't say they're my absolute favorite. I love them, but this is probably going to upset some of you. But my favorite folks have always been the X Men. I just like their story. I like their powers. I like their characters, and I just wish that they would make better X Men movies. I'm not sure what it would take to make X Men movies better, for I was never someone who read the comics, but I feel like for their characteristics, except for Days of Future Past and what was the one with James McAvoy as Professor X when they were really young with Michael Fassbender? Fucking First Class. Those are the two X Men movies that have really blown me away. And the X Men 2 I enjoyed, and Logan, of course, but when it comes to Logan, it's like that's barely an X Men movie. It's just his movie, and the other X Men are like not there. So it's very difficult for me to associate that as an X Men movie. Although Logan is the shit, you know, but it's like when it comes to the rest of the X Men, you know, X Men 3, that should not exist. I wish I could wipe it clean from my memory, but you know that won't happen. Um, let's see. Scrawny flat butt chick who wish she could be Thanos. Oh yeah, I remember. Now that you say the flat to her defense, saying that the suit was not her size or something, and I'm like, see, if you're someone who lacks in the butt department, it's all right. I mean, just work at it. But I personally know people who wish they had a rear, but they don't do anything about it. It's like you're not going to wake up one morning and have this like epic But okay, you have to actually put effort into growing it. And for me personally, I tend to do cardio machines that have an incline, and that definitely stimulates my glutes to where I feel like I'm actually forming something back there. I'm not like an ironing board anymore when it comes to my physical shape. But I think it's not unreasonable for fans to have expectations of what they want the actor or actress to look like, because you're supposed to be a hero. You're supposed to convince me that you're this badass person or entity being who is going to keep my planet safe. The planet, the macrocosm. You are telling me that you're the person in charge of keeping it safe from all peril. So yeah, we do have expectations about your body shape. Um, I heard Thanos bodied the Hulk. Did he? She could at least have less of an attitude and a little more muscle. Logan was some creepy pedo shit. You really think so? Um, when it comes to Logan, well, yeah, it was pretty depressing. I remember that much. Yeah, it was depressing. I was not ready to see, him and Professor X in such a bad shape. It was a very depressing movie. But X-23, I think they did a good casting for her. Like that girl, she's pretty cool. What's her name? Daphne King, I think. I thought she was a good choice for X-23. X-Men has great anime. Be prepared for profanity, blood, and dying when you watch it. And I'm hoping that the Dark Phoenix, is going to be a good movie. It should be a much better movie than that bullshit we got, X-Men: The Last Stand, like back in 2006. But hopefully, we get a better Jean Grey this time, because I watched this one YouTube video. I love it, where they put a compilation of clips from the cartoon or something from the 90s X-Men. What was it called? I don't think it was called X-Men United or X-Men Revolution. I don't fucking remember. But they put a combination of clips where Jean Grey actually sucks, and basically what's happening throughout the video is that anytime she would try to save the day or save someone or beat someone, something would happen and she would get knocked out and someone had to come for her rescue. Like on one round it was Rogue helping her, on another round it was Cyclops helping her. And the thing that I have hated the most about Cyclops in the cinematic universe is that he is always this emotional bitch. And you're trying to convince me that this motherfucker is the leader of the X-Men. No! We need a less emotional Cyclops. All I would ever see Cyclops is be invested in his romance with freaking Jean Grey. And it's like, because hormones get in the way, he cannot function as the leader of the X-Men. What is the leader of the X-Men supposed to look like? It's always Logan, like, keeping it together. So I just dream of a better Cyclops. I feel like we have not gotten a good Cyclops yet. I feel like in Apocalypse, they were trying to show him, but we still didn't get him, because at the end, that's when the action was picking up, if you ask me. But hopefully, with the newer movies coming out, they'll do something about them. They also need to do something about the fucking Fantastic Four. Why have we not had a good Fantastic Four movie? So hopefully now, with the new ownership, stuff is going to get better. But like the last Fantastic Four movie was terrible. I don't even know much about them, but I can tell you this much: I did not love that movie. Like I vaguely remember. I just remember how bad was his name. Victor. Like his head was stuck on this like astronaut suit, and he looked green. Yeah, that loser. Like it was just so boring and just very poorly done. So I need better Fantastic Four movies. Well, I don't want to say I need it. I want to say I want it. How about that? All right, guys, I'm going to catch up with the comments, and after that, I can bail. Children kept in cages being chased by adults. Jean Grey is pointless or something like this. Yes, yeah, something like that. Jean Grey actually sucks, or Jean Grey's help is pointless. Something like that. Yeah, you got this. We love what you have done with your hair. Oh yeah, he was telling that to Rogue, and she was like taking her glove off, about to touch him or something. And I'm like, yeah, sure, touch that old man. Oh, that's crazy. Cyclops is a weeping mangina. Logan is the true alpha. Yeah, exactly. Stop making Cyclops so manganialistic. We need a leader, not an emotional bitch. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to bail now. So thanks so much for hanging out with me and for tuning in. Sorry that the earlier stream crashed, but anyways, I'll be around. Hopefully this weekend won't get too crazy for me, and I have plans to be around here. So I will try to alternate my time so that hopefully everyone can get a chance to hang out in the mornings, noon, evening, and